Hello everyone, my name is Travis Spencer and welcome to the screencast where I'll describe how you can use Entrust IDaaS and the Curity identity server to perform login for users that are made available to applications in IDaaS. So in this scenario, the Curity identity server will be an OpenID Connect provider, an OP, and Entrust IDaaS will be a relying party or an RP. And to do that, we need to configure the OP configuration or the Curity configuration, and we do that from the menu here by going to Identity Providers. So here I've set one up already. You can just click on the plus button there, and you can do most of the configuration by just entering the issuer URL of your Curity instance, and you can fetch all those different endpoints there. Then you just need to give it a name and a client ID, and this client ID and secret need to match the configuration in your instance of Curity. Make note of that redirect URI. You can ask for some different scopes here if you want to get additional claims from your instance of Curity. You can also limit the lifetime and of the SSO session and the authentication methods that should be available at Curity, but I haven't done that. For user management, as the user passes back from Curity into IDaaS, you can say that the user should be created or updated just in time. So if any of the user information has been changed on the Curity side, you can make that immediately known to the IDaaS platform. And if create isn't selected and the user isn't known, then they won't be able to log in. So I've enabled just in time to make it a little more convenient for testing, but think about what makes sense in your scenario. I've also added some text here to customize the login button, and I've added the Curity logo here so that users can see. That might be your customer or company logo, for example. And then I've mapped some different claims or attributes here that Curity will be asserting in the ID token and map that to different attributes that Entrust will turn around and assert. And then I've made this login option available to my OAuth Tools application that I have configured here in Entrust IDaaS. So let's look at the Curity configuration for that. So if I drill into my OAuth client, I have here one called Entrust IDaaS client, which matches the ID that we saw over in the IDaaS dashboard there, the secret and the password, and only the code flow is enabled. And those scopes that Entrust IDaaS is going to request of Curity are shown here. And then we map those different claims that Entrust IDaaS is expecting into the ID token so that it can use them and find them. And then the only other important thing I want to show you just now is the redirect URI that we copied from Entrust IDaaS IDP configuration and the authenticators. So here I have a lot of authenticators configured in my instance of Curity, and I've limited them to bank ID and a username password that's talking to a SCIM server, and then a SMS OTP that's sent out to the user's mobile phone. So now if we go to the client that was configured here in Entrust IDaaS, we can see this one, OAuth Tools, was there. And just real quick, we can see here on the applications, this was this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a request from OAuth Tools using any of these configured flows, and then we'll have the option to either log in locally here at Entrust IDaaS or to federate back to the Curity IDP. So we'll go ahead and do that using that client ID and the scopes, which are somewhat similar but different also from the ones that Entrust IDaaS will request to Curity, and we'll also use Pixie. To ignore any login session, I've also sent the prompt equals login. So here you can see the code flow request that's being made to the Entrust IDaaS platform. So go ahead and start this flow off. We're redirected here. So this would be a local login using accounts at Entrust IDaaS, but here's that federation option because I've enabled the Curity IDP. So we'll go ahead and select that. So here now I have those three options for this Entrust IDaaS client application that we've limited it to. So go ahead and select Bank ID, which is just a Nordic eID provider for doing strong authentication to banking consumers. I'll go ahead and log in with an application I have on my computer here. And once I do that, the OpenID Connect flow finishes. It goes back to Entrust IDaaS, and I can authorize the OAuth Tools application to receive different claims about me. So some of these are being propagated through, some of them, like the address, are in my user account here at Entrust IDaaS. So I go ahead and accept that, and I'll be redirected here to OAuth Tools, finishing up the flow. I get an ID token, and we can see in here that the issuer is indeed my instance of Entrust IDaaS. So that completes the demo of the integration of using the Curity Identity Server as an IDP together with the Entrust IDaaS platform. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let us know. Thank you.